This video contains spoilers on the Amazon Prime original series, The Boys, up through and including episode 4 of season 2. Viewers, please be warned, the spoilers are about to begin.
So I gave you a second chance, and you failed me.
I thought we were going to have a strategy meeting.
Hey, Train, you're out.
Out of what?
Out of 7.
What did you do to her?
She's fine. What did I do to her? I set her free. And you. I'm the face of the 7, not you. Me. I still score higher in every demo that counts.
Homelander's story continues getting a little creepier, but it still remains the most compelling. His insecurities are proving to be his kryptonite at this time. Homelander is mighty perturbed that Stormfront is stealing his thunder and attacking his authority. So he seeks comfort from Stillwell? Stillwell's cleavage is hanging out like a plumber's crack, and holy shit, of course that's not Stillwell. That's Doppelganger. Homelander then takes his frustrations out on Starlight. She hesitated when he ordered her to kill Huey, and Starlight's arrival into the 7 still represents a tangible point in time where things began falling apart for Homelander. Starlight's half-truths enable her to escape Homelander's wrath, for now, but the tension between the two remains unresolved. Homelander again attempts to regain control by booting A-Train out of the 7, but he again loses control and backtracks immediately when faced with some hardball questions in an interview. So it appears likely A-Train will maintain his elite status among the 7, but Homelander can't catch a break here and is on quite the losing streak. In addition to backtracking on A-Train, he publicly outs Maeve's sexual orientation, and in a desperate attempt to regain any type of control he can muster, he condescendingly mocks Maeve and holds Elena over her head. You know, just to try something to boost his already deflated ego. But it's a superficial win, if you can even call it a win. Homelander suffers another troubling blow when Stormfront's campaign to undermine him begins gaining momentum. Homelander has had enough. He marches in and confronts Stormfront, but his best efforts here were rather feeble. Stormfront owns Homelander in belittling style, and Homelander, again defeated, is at a loss for words. Not only is he missing the creepy maternal bond he formed with Stillwell, but he is also missing her ability to orchestrate him. In other words, while it is true Stillwell underestimated Homelander in Season 1, it is now also proving true that she was more valuable to him than he realized. Homelander still desires comfort and returns to Doppelganger. It is then that Homelander finally tries to rise above his plight. But Doppelganger thinks it would be a good idea to try and seduce Homelander like this. It was during this extremely awkward encounter that Homelander finally re-seized control when he murdered Doppelganger. But this victory is just as superficial as the so-called win he had when he brought Maeve down to build himself back up. It's another superficial win that is every bit as superficial as him trying to relive his experiences with Stillwell through Doppelganger. But Homelander's problems go beyond what we see here, as Mr. Edgar still looms large. Beyond that, his efforts to reshape his disappointment of his son in his image have gotten off to a shitty start. Starlight is still in cahoots with that punk Huey. Becca exposed the fact that Butcher probably has underhanded plans for Homelander's son, and the mystery surrounding the rise of Stormfront and how she ties into Edgar's grand plans. This poses a threat to Homelander's status and authority. Beneath the surface, Homelander's character actually has a good deal of depth. Despite being an all-powerful being with the instincts of a loose cannon, he's quite calculating, and he desires respect that goes beyond his godlike powers. Frenchie's turning to drugs because he can't cope. Huey and Starlight continue their dorky courtship. Double M assumes a leadership role in Butcher's absence. Kimiko is hell-bent on revenge. And Butcher is able to track down Becca with the aid of Grace. The two most interesting things happening here are Butcher's reunion with Becca and Kimiko's drive to avenge her brother, although the Double M stuff was really good too. He is truly one of the only characters in the entire series who strikes me as decent. He appears to be a natural leader, and the biggest question surrounding him is why he even bothers associating with a bunch of degenerate scumbags. We received answers about Becca. She reveals she was raped by Homelander. She obviously still has a great deal of affection for Butcher, but her number one priority seems to be the well-being of her son. Becca loves but does not trust Butcher. Becca is no doubt pivotal to the tensions that persist between Butcher and Homelander. Stormfront's story is intriguing. She was introduced as a typical, if not opinionated, new member of the Seven, but she quickly proved formidable with a mysterious backstory and a lot of ambition. What this all suggests to me is that things will not end well for Kimiko. Stormfront is growing into a much despised character. Kimiko is beloved among fans of the series, and it does not take a rocket scientist to see where they may be headed with this. I'm betting Kimiko goes down with a fight, but if they really want to push Stormfront over as a big heel, well, I don't think this bodes well for Kimiko, which by proxy doesn't bode well for Frenchie. A-Train is out, but his position probably remains safe because Homelander was forced to backtrack on that decision. Either way, I suspect A-Train is the Christopher Moltisanti of the Seven. The Deep is in the process of being reinvented as he continues being micromanaged, but the most interesting thing happening here, aside from the plight of Homelander and the rise of Stormfront, is Black Noir. He has taken a keen interest in Butcher, and Black Noir remains the only member of the Seven who has never visibly disappointed Homelander. Indeed, Black Noir is the only character who appears loyal to Homelander without some ulterior motive. We still do not see a whole lot of Black Noir, but it seems inevitable that he will soon be at the forefront of the bigger story. In conclusion, I think the creators are doing an admirable job building on the potential established from the premiere season. Homelander's character remains the driving force of the series, and Stormfront is being developed into an interesting adversary, although I still maintain his true adversary is neither her, nor Butcher, nor Starlight. They all figure into the grand scheme, but Mr. Edgar is the one being groomed as the true big bad in a world of scumbags. FYI, I'm going to be a few days late with next week's review, but for better or worse, I will still be doing one. It will just be a little later than usual. So what did you think of episode 4 of The Boys Season 2? Please share your thoughts in the comments section. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed, and have a wonderful night.
It's new fitness outreach for toddlers. Apparently they're getting obese.
Well, shit, I fucking love fat kids. Use me.
Good, you're here.
Hey, this ain't no little Vegas road trip, okay? Y'all ain't on no date either. Just chill. Not your goddamn chaperone.
So what are we gonna do? We're gonna sit around and cross our fingers that Homelander's gonna save us when he's not on Maria Menounos?
I said that we should go to the police.
You disobeyed my orders because you're with him. And we have a gay hero.
Really? Who in the Seven is gay?
Queen Maeve.
The outpouring of love and gratitude is going to be off the charts.
Oh, this is bullshit. You used to get my fucking coffee.
I'm the face of the Seven, not you. Me. I still score higher in every demo that counts.
Would you like me to be someone else? I can be whoever you want.
18 to 34, 18 to 49, 25 to 54. They all love me.